Hi guys, Mr. Hill here with your English for today. Our learning objective, can I understand the grammar features of the model text? So yesterday we looked at how the biography is put together, the titles, the important information paragraphs, chronological order, and final details and everything else that we put into it. Today we're going to look at the grammar features. So we'll just quickly go back over this. I'm sure you know this text now. Christopher Marlowe, Biography. Born 1564, died 1593. Christopher Marlowe, also known as Kit, was a poet and a playwright at the forefront of the 16th century dramatic Renaissance. While Christopher Marlowe's literary career lasted less than 6 years and his life only 29 years, his achievements, most notably the play The Tragical History of Dr. Faustus, ensured his lasting legacy. Christopher Marlowe was born in Canterbury around February 26, 1564. This was the day on which he was baptized. He went on to King's School and was awarded a scholarship that enabled him to study at Corpus Christi College in Cambridge from late 1580 until 1587. Marlowe earned his degree in 1584, but in 1587 the university hesitated in granting him his master's degree. Its doubts were set to rest when the Privy Council sent a letter declaring that he was now working on matters touching the benefit of his country. So we've looked at the structure of this introduction yesterday. Today we're going to look at the grammar. So we're talking about third person. It's written in the third person. It talks about him, his, he. We use specific dates. So we use it to show specific times during a person's life. So when they were born, the years that they attended somewhere. It's all written in the past tense because these are all things that have happened in this person's life. Our next part, the nature of Marlowe's service to England, was not specified by the council, but the letter sent to Cambridge has provoked abundant speculation, notably the theory that Marlowe had become a secret agent working for Sir Francis Walsingham's intelligence service. With scant hard evidence and rampant speculation, the mystery surrounding Marlowe's service to the Queen is likely to remain. Spy or not, after attaining his master's degree, Marlowe moved to London and took up writing full-time. After 1587, Marlowe was in London, writing for the theatre, and probably also engaging himself occasionally in government service. What is thought to be his first play, Dido, Queen of Carthage, was written while he was still a student at Cambridge. I'm just going to pause here and we'll run through the grammatical features that we've used in this section. We've got additional information, so this comes in between two commas. We use time connective, so after, in this instance, to show that time has passed. We use brackets as well to show additional information. This is shown in the last paragraph here, and probably also engaging himself occasionally in government service. So the paragraph tells us that he's writing for the theatre and carries on. We could take out that additional information and our sentence would still make sense. The next part of our model text, Elizabethan theatre was split into three genres: history, tragedy, and comedy. Marlowe only wrote histories and tragedies. His histories included Dido, Queen of Carthage, Edward II, Hero and Leander, and Tamburlaine the Great. The Jew of Malta and the Tragical History of Dr. Faustus were his tragedies. Marlowe's most famous play is The Tragical History of Dr. Faustus. It was the first dramatized version of the Faust legend, in which a man sells his soul to the devil in exchange for knowledge and power. The constant rumors of Marlowe's atheism finally caught up with him on Sunday, May the 20th, 1593, and he was arrested for just that crime, atheism, or heresy was a serious offence for which the penalty was burning at the stake. Despite the gravity of the charge, however, he was not jailed or tortured, but was released on the condition that he report daily to an officer of the court. So I'm going to pause reading here, and we're going to work through this one and pick up the grammatical features. So here we have a colon that introduces an extended list. We have commas in a list to separate the items. So it doesn't matter whether we've got 3 items or 103 items. We have commas to separate all the items apart from the last one, which will have and. A semicolon separate extended articles in the list. So we have bigger things. So it tells us that Dido, Queen of Carthage, is the name of one play. Edward II is the name of another play. It works that way. It splits it up for us. Fronted adverbials tells the reader when, how, or order. So despite the gravity of the charge. So in spite of this, he wasn't sent to jail, even though he'd committed a very serious crime. Carrying on, our final part. On May the 30th, however, Marlowe was killed by Ingram Fraser. Allegedly, after spending the day together with Marlowe in a lodging house, a fight broke out between Marlowe and Fraser over the bill, and Marlowe was stabbed in the forehead and killed. Conspiracy theories have abounded since, with Marlowe's atheism and alleged spy activities at the heart of the murder plots. But the real reason for Marlowe's death is still debated. What is not debated is Marlowe's literary importance, as he is Shakespeare's contemporary and is second only to Shakespeare himself in the realm of Elizabethan tragic drama. So again, we're going to pause here. We're going to look through the grammatical features of this part of our model text. Fronted adverbials, again, it tells us where, when, how, or the order. So here it tells us when something happened, and it gives us a specific date. We have an apostrophe for ownership. So Marlowe's literary importance is the literary importance that belongs to Marlowe. Formal language is used to get the right tone for a biography. So we're not using slang words. We're using proper written English all the way through this. So yesterday we put together our structure, what we need to put into it. So we had the dates, we had our title, we've had our introduction, our early life, the paragraph about his early life, interesting events, chronological order. That's really important. It tells the story of someone's life. So it makes perfect sense working through in order. Important life events are included in there. Links to their career and their working life. So we link from their childhood into their working life, and then we talk about their working life. We have events that changed their life. So key and really important things that changed where their life path was taking them. We have end of life events. So the events that lead up to their death. Now, some biographies, you won't have this because the person will still be alive. Now, in the case of Christopher Marlowe, he is very much dead. So we would talk about the end of his life. And any additional information, so reasons why that person may be famous. And then moving on to looking at our grammatical side of things. Make sure we write in the third person all the way through. We use specific dates. We show specific times during the person's life. We use past tense because it's all already happened. It's not happening now. It's not going to happen. It's already happened. It's passed us by. We have additional information put in between two commas. We use time connectives. We use brackets as well to show additional information. We have colons to introduce an extended list. Commas put together in a list to separate the items. We use semicolons to separate extended articles in a list. So if we've got items with multiple words, for example, the names of the plays that Christopher Marlowe wrote, we'd use a semicolon there to separate those terms or articles. We use fronted adverbials throughout. It tells the reader where, when, how, or what order things were done in. We have fronted adverbials that tells the reader where, when, how, or the order. Repeated it twice. It's in there twice. It's really important that we use it all the way through. We have apostrophes to show ownership, that this belongs to somebody. So working with that, you write their name, you have the apostrophe followed by the S, and it tells you that it's Mr. Hill's pen, Christopher Marlowe's reputation. The apostrophe shows that it belongs to them. And we use formal language throughout. We use proper written words. So we're not using slang. We're not using sort of friendly terms, if you like. You know, he was out with his mates. It would be he was out with a group of his friends when. So we need to make sure we get the right tone for our biography as well. That's really important. Take a moment, pause here, and note down any of the items that you may have missed and finish your toolkit. And then once you've done that, press play and we'll carry on to our short write task. So our short write task for today. I want you to write a 5-sentence story about a secret agent. So we're going to practice using our fronted adverbials that give us the order of when things happen. So we have once upon a time, one day, unfortunately, luckily, and then finally. Make sure you load these up onto Tapestry because I really do enjoy reading what you've written. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you all again very soon.